Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So another war, this is war number 7 in season 42, so more than half of the season has already elapsed. New Nation isn't having the best of the season overall. We are, I believe, 4-2 going into this war, and we're going up against 4 Lokis, obviously a very well-known, respected alliance. And we have fought them many times in past as well. Many close calls with these guys. And most often we do win, but we did lose to them, I think, once or twice in the recent seasons. And this season, definitely anything is possible because we have had extremely uneven performances. We have had a war where we die one time in the entire war, and then we have had wars where we die 6 or 9 times. So going in every war this season with New Nation is just absolute unknown how we're gonna play. That being said, I am gonna be using Valkyrie. I think for the first time ever in war, or maybe second, and she is a rank 5. And then I'm gonna be also using Absorbing Man. And well, primarily I'm gonna be dealing with path 9 at large, and basically every fight I'm gonna be doing in this war is hazard shift. So first off, we have Jessica Jones, and that is exactly where I will be using my Valkyrie. Now, again, fair disclaimer out here, even though I have been using Valkyrie relatively frequently in Battlegrounds, I'm still not, the absolute best. If you have been watching Finn's videos with Valkyrie, then he does all the crazy stuff with her, and, it's great. I haven't been definitely doing as much as he has with Valkyrie, but that being said, I felt relatively confident for the most part. Didn't put the indestructible 3 boost on for this fight because I thought it's Jessica Jones, I have Valkyrie, I should be able to handle this. And here we can see that a little clumsy moment at the start, but everything is pretty much going so far fine. And that is kind of like my main point of this war, is just to make sure that I get in practice with Valkyrie as well, and obviously do not die. And here, Jessica's AI can be a little bit tricky because it can go in these aggressive spurts, but as long as you do take your opportunities and do not get yourself cornered, everything's going to be pretty much fine. And here we can see that I have cornered Jessica successfully. Now I just need to wait out that special attack. I am at 28 hits on my combo meter, which means I'm about to get my 3rd prowess and start dishing out that extra bleed damage. And it's all absolutely fantastic. I wish kind of strikers were allowed in Alliance War, because I do have like a 6-star Valkyrie striker on my own Valkyrie. Or was it a 5-star one? I think it's a 5-star maxed out on Valkyrie and 6-star on Massacre. Anyways, that would just let Valk do even a bit more damage. That being said, we are here a minute in the fight, and that Jessica Jones is at 1/3 of her life. She only has 2 charges as well, and I have that passive pierce on there at that point. And I basically see that she's going down. There is no point in me going for level 2, so I actually did end up dropping my level 1, and it's a sweet, perfect yellow bar finish. Now, this next fight's actually going to be quite a bit clumsy. It's going to be a bit embarrassing, so I will completely blank on one important thing here. And I'm going to be using Absorbing Man, and obviously the plan is, even though it's Power Focus 1, just to try and push Nick Fury to level 2s as much as possible. Do not eat unblockable things. Make sure that the right form is activated, which is Magma form, which is kind of unfortunate fighting Nick Fury because there's no bleed protection and there's no physical hit protection, which is what is the Nick Fury damage type. I do activate Indestructible 3 boost for this. But the mistake that I am going to make here is I'm actually going to be trying to pause Nick Fury manually myself by baiting out heavy attacks. There is absolutely no need for this because for whatever reason, initially it didn't click to me that this is hazard shift, and I just need to hit him and I'll get pauses automatically by triggering my immunities. And here I get parried for the first time and I get hit. So I just quickly shrug this off. I still have 1 hit on my indestructible boost. Everything's fine. My level 2 pushes him past his unblockable phase. Now he does immediately, for whatever reason, decide to throw his level 2, but I get parried again, I swear. Nick has been parrying me so often, and this is kind of like the lucky bit because, well, thank goodness he didn't finish a combo with light. That being said, now I just need to go in and refine my form, but he throws his level 1 and I'm going to eat some hits from him again. It's alright though, I do have regen going on for me and also some willpower healing. Now I just need to bait out a heavy attack in order to pause my magma form. and finish out this fight. It definitely could have gone better, but we are nearly there, so it's fine. It was a bit messy fight, but we're fine. But this next fight is also going to not be messy, because I'm just kind of like hyper focused in doing my Valkyrie fights, and I have been using Absorbing Man more at the very least. Not super often in wars, but definitely more so. And here now I need to deal with this Nova on this power reserve node. And here, going in the fight, I also had a very, very solid plan. Because of power efficiency, where his special attacks cost 50% less power, and I knew that against Nova you don't really die unless you start eating a ton of special attacks and get cornered. And, start getting problems baiting out those special. So, flipping up Magma Form, I really just have one goal. Hit Nova, do not bait out special attacks at all, eat a level 3, use my Indestructible 3 boost, and finish the fight that way. And therefore, I'm just not even bothering. And here, as I dashed in at him, he uses his level 2, and I'm kind of screwed because that was all of my Indestructibility boost. And I originally had planned to go for a level 3 of my own, but I kind of adjusted my plan. I dropped my level 2 there. And then I figured that with the full boots that I have active, I'm still going to push Nova to level 3 and eat that level 3. I would have survived with class advantage at least one level 3 from Nova, even without the Indestructible 3 boost. Luckily, he didn't throw it, but it definitely was a bit more dodgy fight than it should have been, just by the virtue of me losing my Indestructible 3 boost. As a plan stands, I still think it's the best and most straightforward thing. In war, in my personal opinion, you do not need to have these, perfect, immaculate fights and stuff like that. You need to just, be effective and get the job done. And as far as I'm concerned, this was the best way towards it. Just push Nova to level 3, deal as much damage as I can, eat a level 3, and kill him off. But obviously, not everything works out the way you want to. So it came a bit risky, but not the worst thing in the world. Next up, we have Legacy's Hulkling. And here we need change forms into Uru form. And obviously, Absorbing Man against Hulkling and Hazard Shift, it's basically going to be level 1 spam. To the point where, because of my increased physical resistance, I'm absolutely not afraid to eat some hits or eat some blocked hits from Hulkling here. Don't really care about it too much because Absorbing Man's super mega charged physical resistance just deals with it extremely well. And now the biggest thing is just do not get myself pushed to level 2. If I do go past 2 bars of power, in that case, I need to go to level 3. That's the only thing that's in my mind here, because all of the buffs expiring on this young gentleman Hulkling here just gives me ton of power, gives me, lets me spam my special attacks, thus gaining my morph charges, thus putting powerful vulnerabilities on Hulkling. We can see that the lad here is taking significant amounts of damage very quickly, very easily, and I'm just continuously regening. So Absorbing Man against Hulkling is always very fun, kind of funny special fight. And next up, we have Dr. Doom, and here I could use either one of the champions. I would be perfectly fine using Absorbing Man as well, because obviously Hazard Shift would pause my morph charges and everything would be fine. I would, however, need to use my physical resistance form, and all of Doom's damage comes from energy resist. So, also given the fact that I have brought in Valkyrie, I decided that that's who I'm going to use. I have done this fight in Battlegrounds plenty of times to feel relatively confident. The base point is that I just need to wait out Dr. Doom's phase after he throws level 1. And as other than that, it's just any other Valkyrie fight. Just that, yeah, if I'm going to be hitting him even through the block whilst his aura is active, he's going to be nullifying my buffs, which is something that I do not want to happen. So, push him, hit his block, push him in the corner, have him use level 1, and once he does, just dance around and wait. So now he throws his level 1. I do decide to go for the 4 hits there. However, he decides to run in at me on the last hit. But that's fine. I inverted my combo a tiny bit too early because I left myself with 2 Pierce buffs instead of 3. but it's fine. I'm just gonna end up building my bulwark charges slightly early. I should have made sure that I have gotten my third pierce buff before I do this, and it's not a big deal though. It's still more or less the same recipe for the fight. It's just that I'm gonna get a couple of bulwarks first and then get my third pierce. I would have done more damage had I had 3 pierce buffs before I inverted my combo, obviously. But it's alright. I have 2 pierces, 2 bulwarks now, and in a second I will build up to my first level 2 in this, and I will have the third pierce as well as soon as I cross the combo of 10. And now I just go for my level 2, which deals, decent enough damage. He remains passive after the special attack. One more combo in the block, finished. And this is the one thing that I was quite proud. No damage taken with Valkyrie at the very least. If I played a bit messy with Absorbing Man, a bit daring, dare I say, then with Valkyrie, I managed to not even get touched on block once and finished with full perfect 100% yellow bar, which kind of reminds me the good old Quake Wars, where when I was using Quake, the goal was basically to finish with perfect health bars, never to take even a hit on a block. But so that is it for my contribution in this war. Unfortunately, we started this war absolutely dreadfully. And what's worse is the mistakes that are being made are just stupid. There is no way around it. Without trying to sound too harsh, it's like one of the deaths, for example, was somebody using an attack tactic attacker against a Mystic champion and continuously knocking down that Mystic champion without realizing that every time you do so, you gain a temporary armor up buff that does expire, supercharged Mystic dispersion, and then it just get wrecked. It's just silly things like that where what you can do about it. So we have been again extremely inconsistent this season. Previous war we died once, I believe, now or twice. Now we died 6 times, and this is obviously an L. Shout out to 4 Loki guys. Obviously, they played extremely well. 3 Death War is a very, very solid performance this season. So, absolutely, put your hands up. They were the better team this war around. And yeah, it's just quite unfortunate that New Nation is having very kind of inconsistent season, which is perfectly described in our season 4 so far, which is 4 wins, 3 losses. So we're winning just slightly bit more than losing, which is, a shame from a team that has aspirations for top 3 virtually every season. And we know that we can do well, and we have gotten, top 3 finish in like 2 of the 4 last season, something like that. It's definitely doable. It's just these stupid kind of like careless, short-sighted mistakes that are holding us back. But you win as a team, you lose as a team, and hopefully we can eliminate that. Hopefully we can stop disappointing our officers and war planners and carry on forward, finish the season strong as we can, and then look forward to the next one. Let me know how your war seasons are going, guys, and meanwhile, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about